Big breaking news, positive news for Arsenal.
A lot of chat about their need for a striker, but it could be a midfielder's arrival that's imminent.
Yes, good news for Arsenal.
OK, everyone wants a striker, it would seem. How much of Arsenal narrowed down their search for one?
Do you know what? The latest information we have is that they do not have just one target.
OK.
I know there's been lots of talk about the fact that their new sporting director, Andrea Berta, wants Viktor Gyökeres, prolific Sporting Lisbon striker who's got an extremely impressive scoring record in the Portuguese league. And there have been lots of reports that Berta wants Gyökeres, and he's told Mikel Arteta, this is the striker we need to sign.
The summer transfer window of 2025 has already delivered its fair share of drama, and perhaps no saga has captured Arsenal fans' imaginations more than the prolonged chase for Sporting CP's prolific Swedish striker, Viktor Gyökeres. Now, with official word filtering out of London that the 26-year-old has completed his medical and agreed terms with the club, the excitement around the Emirates stadium has surged to fever pitch. After weeks of speculation, negotiations, and a transfer saga that seemed on the brink of collapse multiple times due to other suitors circling, Gyökeres is now a gunner. The story begins several months ago, as Mikel Arteta, Arsenal's meticulous manager, began outlining his wish list for the summer. Following a strong 2024-25 campaign that saw Arsenal push Manchester City to the brink once again in the Premier League title race, there was a clear understanding within the club hierarchy that a transformative presence up front was missing. Despite Gabriel Jesus' intelligent movement and Kai Havertz's creative contributions, the lack of a physically dominant, relentless goal scorer was a gap Arsenal needed to fill if they were to take the final step in their project. Viktor Gyökeres, with his bull-like frame, tireless engine, and incredible goal return in Portugal, checked every box. Gyökeres had just wrapped up an extraordinary season with Sporting CP, where he smashed 43 goals across all competitions, including memorable strikes in the Primeira Liga and the Europa League. His performances not only helped Sporting win the league title but also earned him the Player of the Year award. This was no fluke season either. His previous campaign had seen him register similar numbers, leading many to conclude that he had outgrown the Portuguese league. Yet despite interest from clubs in Germany, Italy, and even Spain, Gyökeres had a specific desire, to play in the Premier League. More specifically, to play for a club with ambition and a style that suited his attributes. Arsenal, with their youthful energy, slick passing, and clear upward trajectory, became his preferred destination. Negotiations between Arsenal and Sporting CP began quietly. Sporting, aware of Gyökeres' release clause set at €100 million, were in no rush to let him go. Arsenal, while reluctant to pay that full sum, entered discussions confident that a deal could be struck for less. Sporting stood firm initially, rejecting Arsenal's first two bids. By early July, with fans growing impatient and reports suggesting Manchester United were preparing a late hijack attempt, the pressure intensified. Arsenal's sporting director Edu Gasper and his team worked around the clock, making personal trips to Lisbon, holding video calls with the player's representatives, and strategizing how to sweeten the deal. Eventually, a breakthrough came. Arsenal agreed to a base fee of €63.5 million with a further €10 million in add-ons, bringing the total value close to the expected threshold while maintaining flexibility. Sporting, satisfied with the structure and reassured by Gyökeres' desire to leave on good terms, gave the green light. The player, on vacation at the time, flew into London via private jet on Tuesday evening, accompanied by his agent Hassan Sedinkia, and by Wednesday morning, he was undergoing his medical at London Colney. The medical process was smooth. There were no fitness concerns. Despite Gyökeres' high-intensity style of play, he has maintained an excellent injury record. Arsenal's medical staff were reportedly impressed by his conditioning, describing him as one of the most robust physical specimens they've tested. Once the green light was given, it didn't take long for personal terms to be finalized. Gyökeres has signed a 5-year contract with Arsenal, keeping him at the club until the summer of 2030. His salary is reported to be in the region of £180,000 per week, with performance-based bonuses tied to goals, assists, and team achievements.